Welcome to our channel. This is Trey and Shay Live, and I know you guys are all new because it's our first video, but it's about to get good. It's about to get real good.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Trey.
And I'm your girl Shay.
This is our official YouTube, Trey and Shay Live.
We have been trying to start this for a really long time. We've been together 2.5 years now. I would say we've been trying for at least 6 months.
About 6, probably longer than that, but yeah, definitely 6 months.
Yeah, so we watch YouTube all the time, and we just feel like people tell us all the time, like, oh my god, you guys are so entertaining, you should have your own show. So here it is.
Yes, shout out to all my boys who think that we look great together on camera. But I feel like we do got a good chemistry, and you know, we show each other a lot of love. So we hope we can spread that love and show you guys how to love on your partners in the middle of showing you know, our journey as far as our love story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But today we're gonna talk about how we met, because obviously everyone's new to the channel and you don't know anything about us for the most part.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you some tea about how we got together, you know, future plans, things of that nature.
Absolutely. So am I starting or are you starting the story?
Okay, so your story is a little different from mine, even though mine's right. Mine is the real story.
It's just matters of opinion of how it progressed, but.
And my opinion is normally right.
You see what I gotta deal with?
No, but we can start. You want to start and I'll chime in, or you want me to start and you can chime in?
I'll start. But before we start that, let's have a cheers to the new YouTube. Welcome. I'm gonna start telling you guys a story about how I got them digits. So, where do I begin? It was a nice sunny summer day.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was the date?
Like June 9th? June 11th?
June 30th.
Oh, damn. I was close. So anyway, it was June 30th, so she says, but we were at a celebrity football game that some of my boys put on at Long Beach City College. She was down hosting, and I was just down like hanging out because I knew a lot of the guys that were playing and the people who put it together. And then one of my good friends, big shout out to Wani, follow him on Instagram. He was connected with one of her friends at the time, or still friend, and that she used to do a podcast with. And they were chopping it up, and Wani introduced me to him, and she was standing to the side. And me trying to be respectful, I thought that was her.
Well, it was my friend's faux pas because he didn't introduce me.
Yeah, it was no introduction, so I was just like, oh,
it was rude. So I introduced myself.
So I was like, that's her dude. I'm a chill, and then she just, you know, put her dainty little hand. I was like, well, I'm Shay, and I was like, oh, well, nice to meet you, Shay. And then we start, you know.
I introduced myself to the whole group.
Yeah, she did. And so we start chopping it up a little bit. She was asking me what I do. I asked her what she does, and then she told me that she needed help finding a place to rent. And I was like, I don't really do rentals, especially if they are under like, I don't want to sound bougie.
Well, I didn't tell you the price yet, did I?
Well, you told me that you wanted like a 1 or 2 bedroom by yourself. And so me being maybe a little judgmental, I figured it wasn't going to be.
So you thought I was broke?
I didn't think you were broke.
What?
I didn't think you were broke. I just didn't think it was worth my time.
It wasn't $100,000.
Hey, that's worth my time.
Okay.
It's a lot of work and energy to find rentals.
Okay.
And it's sometimes more work than finding.
The tea was I didn't need a rental anyways.
Anyway, she told me that she needed that rental. I went. I was like, I'll help her out. She a cutie. I'll, you know, help her out a little bit, and then I emailed her some spots to.
So this is where the story gets a little shaky, because I say that Trey didn't ask for my number. He asked for my email.
No, and that's not correct, because I had both.
No.
I had both her phone number.
No, you didn't.
and her email address, but I was
He
trying
asked
to
for my email, so that's why now I was like, okay. And then when you emailed me, I just left it on red.
all right, so we're gonna get to that because she said I asked for her email, but I asked for her full contact information, and this is how I know. So I emailed her some properties that were available, and once I didn't hear a response, I was like, oh, maybe she really didn't necessarily need something, or maybe she found something. And then I connected with her friend that was at the game that I thought was her boyfriend at the time. We connected.
So we had a sports podcast together.
Next thing you know, I show up, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks later?
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks.
2 weeks later, I show up, I do the podcast, we have a good time, and then after the podcast, I approach Shannon like, yo, like, I sent you an email with those properties that were available to rent. Like, I didn't hear back from you. Like, did you find something, or like, what's the deal? And she goes, well, I don't really check my email. You have to text me. And I was like, oh, it hit me. It dawned on me then. It was like, she doesn't want a rental. She wants me. She wants Trey. She wants all of this. And so I was like, all right, cool. But I was also still trying to play it cool because I was seeing someone at the time. And I was like, let me see where this plays out because I don't want to make a move on her too soon if, you know, I'm going to be dating this other person. But we fast forward. What's funny is after that, we ran into each other like, never seen this girl in my life prior to, but from the time that we met each other at the football game to, I would say,
the podcast.
Maybe was the podcast our first time running into each other?
Yeah, so.
Well, from the podcast.
Let me chime in.
Go ahead.
Okay, so after the podcast, he was like, I was like, yeah, you should text me, yada, yada, yada. That night, I was going on a date. He also just said, like, he was seeing somebody too. So I think we really weren't worried about each other at first.
Mm-mm.
We were just like, oh, like, you're cute, whatever.
Yeah.
And so 2 weeks after the football game was SB week in LA. And I worked in sports. He's a former NFL player. So we both were invited to a bunch of different things. And we ended up at a lot of the same parties.
So now I'm like, not only did she not need an apartment, and she wanted me to text her and not email her, and everybody checks their email.
You can have different emails.
It's 2021. But anyway, and then we start running into each other at events.
What is the quote? What is the air quotes?
Well, one, I think we kind of knew we would be at one, and then the other, I told you I was going to be there, and you just happened to pop up.
What was the first one that we knew we were going to be at?
I think the club at the time was called Avenue. I
don't think I knew that you were going to be there.
Well, anyway. Well, one of the events for sure, like, I told her I was going to be at.
Okay.
And
he swears that I wasn't going to this event.
She was not supposed to be going, or she didn't want to go, and I'm working there, and look who walks through the door.
I was working for a specific individual who I was doing their social media. So I was invited to this private party where he told me he was already going, but I was invited through my boss at the time, was like, oh, I need you to get like some social media stuff. So there's this party tonight. And I was like, okay, great, whatever. I mean, like, I had to go either way, but was I happy that you were going to be there? Sure. I, like, knew I was going to know somebody there.
Yes.
But we talked for a really long time. He found out that, like, I like to box, like as a workout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just talked about a lot of stuff. We had a lot of time to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So we connected then, and he was like, yeah, like, I'll hit you when I get back from wherever you are going.
Yeah.
So at this point, he still hasn't told me that, like, he's dating somebody. Just to point that out. You didn't tell me she got back.
Oh, okay. I thought I told you before, but I mean that's probably fair. I probably said that. But I get back, things fall apart, and like she mentioned, we had talked a lot at the private party, and I knew that she was pretty active and liked to work out, and so I was like, yo, like, you said you like to box, like, let's see what them hands is about. We set our first date at Rumble.
And this was
Do you remember that? Do you remember that date?
Yeah, actually.
What's the date?
It was August 5th. And I only know that because that's my niece's birthday.
I thought it was August 6th.
Well, I mean, I have video from that day.
Okay, I mean,
we can check it.
We can check it. We'll pull up the receipts.
I'll fact check underneath.
We'll pull up the receipts. I mean, it might have been August 5th, but I just thought it was August 6th. And so that was our first date. And Shayna had recently shaved her head. So she was...
Okay, so Trey met me. I had a weave in.
She was bald headed. I didn't know.
But I cut all of my hair off in 2017. We met in 2018. I cut it off at the end of 2017. We met mid 2018. But yeah, I was going through some things, like cut all my hair off. But he met me with a weave, so then like on our first date, I was like, oh.
She had a stingy high bun.
I didn't know, like I might have told my best friend, like, I don't know, should I wear a hat? Like I don't like I was not comfortable with my short hair at all. So I was nervous. But he had already seen my Instagram, which had pictures of me already. Like it's not like I showed up and I was like, hey, I'm bald. Which would have been fine anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a problem, but it was just.
But again, our first date was at 9 in the morning on a Saturday.
No makeup.
A boxing class.
Yeah.
So like.
Sorry or worse on our first date.
I'm like, I'm not a morning person. Also, I lived in the valley. So for people that don't live in LA, like I lived in upwards 20 to 30 minutes from West Hollywood at the time.
Okay.
20 minutes, no traffic.
Yeah.
So like I had to wake up at like early. So anyways, I'm like, okay, we're both getting up. He had to work that day. So he was like, yeah, it's the only time I have, like what's still left to go boxing, yada yada yada. So we went for smoothies after.
And we just, continued to vibe, kept talking. I think she went home shortly after that, and.
Well, I mean, you're skipping over some things.
But
Trey wanted to see me every day after that. We hung out like a lot after that.
We probably hung out like that following weekend for
we hung
like
out
twice.
If we met if we had our first date on the 5th, our next date was like the 7th and 8th, and then like I went home back to Connecticut for like 2 or 3 weeks because my grandmother was sick. So let's say we went on 2 to 4 dates between this time of August 5th to August 10th, 12th.
That's pretty normal to me when you're trying to pursue someone.
That's a lot though in LA.
Well, I'm from Long Beach.
That's true, but like I'm not from here, and like dating in LA is different for people that aren't from here, for sure.
I understand that. I was interested.
He was interested.
I pursued her, and she was interested, and she showed up. So
that's true.
And we just vibed out. And
then when you go, like when you leave and you still talk to somebody every day, you're like, oh, okay. Like Trey let me leave my car at his house. He brought me to the airport. Like he talked to me every day.
I was just being a gentleman. That's it.
No, I loved it. Obviously, we're together now. But I was just like, oh, like he really okay, all right, we're doing this.
I was really interested, so I did what I had to do to secure the bag.
Picked me up from the airport, flowers, brought me on a date. We went to Tantalum.
It's a real nice restaurant in Long Beach on the water.
It's very nice, especially at sunset.
Fellas, I'm telling you, take a shorties to Tantalum.
It was nice. Yeah, and the rest has been history. I got back from Connecticut, and I think it was kind of like the same thing. We hung out a lot. And another kind of thing to put into perspective was like he lived in Long Beach, and I lived in the Valley. And that's really far.
It's far to her.
It's far to literally everyone but Trey. Now we've been together for 2.5 years. Trey asked me to be his girlfriend January 27th, 2019.
We enjoying it so far, and hopefully we can keep making some memories here, giving you some good content here, and and then we'll see what the next step is in the future. But I'm just excited for this
journey.
Yeah.
The rest of this journey, but yeah, no, I mean it's been an amazing couple of years. I think neither of us really were like thinking about being in a relationship when it happened, and now like sometimes we're just like, wow, we're in love with each other. It's like mind blowing.
Big facts. Big facts.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, what you guys can probably expect from this channel. We are doing a lot of traveling, so we want to do a lot of travel vlogs. We love watching challenges on YouTube, so we're gonna do some challenges.
Be on the lookout for those. Those will be fun and interesting.
Yeah, and just like not everyday vlogs, because I feel like those are kind of boring. But if you guys want to see what we do every day, like totally say that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, drop some comments. Let us know exactly what you guys would like to see from this channel, and we'll make sure we try to entertain.
Yeah.
But with the spirit has moved me. So I'm going to name 3 of Shanna's favorites and one of her guilty pleasures, and then we'll see if she can guess some of mine. Her favorite color is pink.
You're just naming random facts?
Random facts.
Okay.
Her favorite color is pink. Her favorite movie is Juice. Her favorite food is pizza, and her guilty pleasure...
Pizza?
Oh, damn, I might have missed that one. But her guilty pleasure is watching reality TV.
3 out of 4. Pizza?
What's your favorite food?
Not pizza. Crab legs.
Oh yeah, crab legs. She from the East Coast.
I fucking love crab legs.
I mean, it was either pizza or crab legs.
I can do pizza at any time.
Yeah, it's like our go-to.
But that's
like
not
pizza.
my favorite food.
Okay.
Like I'd say it's like crab legs.
What are
mac and cheese.
Name three of my favorites and what my guilty pleasure might be.
Your 3 favorites. Your favorite color is blue. Your favorite food is tacos. Another random fact. What else did you say about me?
I said your favorite movie is Juice.
Your favorite movie is Bad Boys 2.
Okay.
And your guilty pleasure is... I feel like you don't have a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I probably don't. My guilty pleasure is probably reading the news.
I was going to say, right now your guilty pleasure is like bartending. Like Trey has gotten into like making drinks and like being a mixologist in our house.
Is that a guilty pleasure though?
But before that, you didn't really drink that much. Now you're like, you want a drink?
I don't know if that's true. I wasn't making drinks. But anyway, you can expect to see more of that.
So I won. What do I win? Don't just brush over my win. See, that's what Trey does. He's a sore loser too. Like, you guys will learn.
Who said that this was a competition?
You did!
I just said I was gonna name some of your favorites. But
run the tape back.
I will fill up your tank. Gas prices are surging. But anyway.
What does that have to do with anything?
You asked me what I'm gonna do. What you win? I'm filling up your car.
Oh, okay. Well, you did that today already. You tried. You were trying to.
So you can expect more of this, more of us. More love.
Yes. Traveling.
More fun.
Maybe working out.
More life.
Food for sure.
More family. More
drinks.
Just more. Yeah.
More life.
So we hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. We love you. We out.
Wait, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, like, comment, share.
We out of here.